Chosen vessels, what's the deal? It's your main man, Druuill, and I'm back at you again with another video. I need each and every vessel to click that like button, click that share button, and don't forget to subscribe. Shout out to the Galactic family, the GCVs, and Drew Nation. Let's get right into it. The devil is controlling that narcissist, and there is nothing you can do about it except save yourself. The devil is in control of narcissistic people because they don't necessarily go with God. They don't have any aspect of God in their life, and their actions show you that. They say that they believe in God and that they only want the best for people, but it's the complete opposite because their actions will show you otherwise. To keep believing in someone and keep believing someone that tells you that they feel one way and they feel the total opposite, you'll start to be able to tell that what they're saying and what they're doing is not matching up. And because somebody is doing something for you or because somebody is there for you, that does not matter. If that person is being destructive and if that person is being toxic. So when somebody is being toxic past the point of you trying to handle a situation and you try to work things out with them, that person is being demonic. That person's being a devil. They're letting their negative energy get the best of them because that's what they rather do. They rather be controlled by how they feel towards you, and how they feel towards you is hatred. All right. These people have a secret, dark hatred for you, and they act out on that energy instead of doing something to prevent how they feel about you or doing something to fix it. That's not their MO. They don't like to solve problems. They don't like to feel that they have a problem. They don't want to fix the issue. They just want to keep attacking those around them and keep making them feel worse than they already do. And that's how you know somebody's being controlled by the devil. They will try to hold you back in life and try to make sure that you have a lesser quality of life because they are in competition with you. The ones that are closer to you, like this is different than somebody being in competition with you at your job. When you have people that are close to you that are in competition with you, it's a whole different level of competition because they know you up close. They see you up close. They possibly see you every day. All right. So these types of people, it's a deep level of competition. They're in competition with you as far as who can have a better life. And that's a real evil, dark, twisted level of competition. They're competing with you in the sense of who has the better life. They will make sure that you have a lesser quality of life just so that they can feel the satisfaction and sit back and relax and say, I'm doing better than him. I'm doing better than her. And it's who they are. They are stuck in a competitive mode where it does not matter who they do it to or what they do to people. Straight savages, all right, and they don't care how what they do. They don't care how it affects others. And that's how you know somebody is being controlled by the devil. They don't have a moral compass. Or somebody that has a moral compass, they may not be perfect. They may not do everything right. They still may make some mistakes and do things wrong, but they're not out to get you. They're not doing things on purpose. They're trying to change things so that way they could make things better. All right. Narcissistic people that are controlled by the devil, they don't want to change anything. They don't want to make anything better. They want to keep uh, treating the people around them as bad as they possibly can, so that way they can be the king or the queen of their environment, and they could just make sure that they know that they're predominantly reigning over whoever is underneath them, or they feel that they're better than. All right. And if they feel that you're better than them, or if they see any hopes of you being better than them, they're going to crush it at they're going to try to crush the spirit in that person, and they're going to try to sever it at the root because they cannot stand to have somebody do better than them, feel better than them, have a better life than them. They can't stand it. And the one thing that they have to do is they have to try to kill any aspect of that that they see that your situation is going to be better. Anything that you can do that is possibly going to give you a better life. All right, maybe you have some type of skill or talent. They have to try to discourage you and make you doubt yourself. This is different than somebody showing you support or not. All right, somebody cannot support you and just leave you alone. All right. No one, it is no one's job to support you or not. They don't have to support you. We're not talking about somebody not believing in your dreams here. We're not talking about somebody not agreeing with what you're doing with your life. We're talking about people who are trying to stop you from doing anything in life. They just want you to just be reliant on they just want you to just have a negative life for the rest of your life. They want you to not be able to have any positive experiences. They don't want you to be able to go far in life. They don't want you to be able to feel good about yourself or feel positively about yourself. This is different than somebody not supporting you. People who don't support you, they're just like, yo, I'm not in support of that. They just leave them alone. It's like not voting for someone. You may not vote for them. You may feel how you feel about them, but you're not going to go try to tear that person down and make that person feel less than who they are. I mean, not that you can, because it's not like you don't have access to those people, but it's like, yo, I'm not in favor of you, but hey, I'll just let you live or whatever. They don't even want to let you live. All right. And they will gaslight you into oblivion. You'll try to go to them and try to see what the issue is. They'll act like there's no issue there at all. And that's evil, because what they do is they have a secret hatred towards you. And if they were to come to terms with how they felt about you, they would have to take responsibility for how they treat you. And that will cause them to feel guilty. And that's why they project that guilt onto you. That's why if you have a dynamic with a narcissist and that is close to you, that's why you'll feel extreme levels of guilt, like you're doing something wrong. Even when you feel some type of way about what they did, you'll feel guilty about it. Even when you leave them and you distance yourself from them, you'll feel guilty about it, like you're doing something wrong. It's because the years of projected uh, self hatred and self guilt that they had onto you. That's why you don't feel positively about yourself. That's why you feel guilty about yourself. That's why some of you have even wanted to harm yourself or go even further than that, because you've had so much negative energy and so much negativity projected onto you by people who felt terrible about themselves. And how dare you feel good around yourself? How dare you feel good about yourself around someone that feels terrible about themselves, who can't admit it, who can't come to terms with it, who doesn't want to change it, who doesn't want to fix their situation or make themselves better. That person is bitter on the inside. That person is hurt on the inside. That person is a harmful, hurtful person. All right, because as the saying goes, hurt people, and they're out to hurt people. If a person is not out to change, if a person is not out to make themselves better, if a person is not out to heal, and you can see that this person obviously needs some healing because of how they act, how they treat people. They're miserable all the time, always negative, nothing positive about them, not a positive bone in their body, always having some negative gossip to say about another person, always having something negative to say about this one or that one, always trying to put people in between each other, always trying to start a fight between this one and that one. And these like that's not the way things are supposed to be. That person is demonic and they're being controlled by the devil, and there's nothing you can do except save yourself. You have to save yourself in a situation like that. You cannot try to save that person. You cannot try to care about that person, because you will exasperate all your energy, all right, and exacerbate all your energy. All your energy will be gone trying to help this person, trying to heal this person. And they probably have you programmed to be looking after their needs instead of your own. That's why you feel drained around them, caring about people that don't even care about themselves like that. They act like they do. They put on a good act like they care about themselves like that, but they really don't. And they don't want you to care about yourself either. That's why your self-image might have diminished from as a result of being around this person. You might have slipped into a little slump of negativity or a negative mindset, or maybe even depression at being around this person. Your quality of life may have suffered because you didn't think you deserved the best as a result of being around this person. People low key coming at you and the things you like to do and the things you like to be successful at. All right. It's different than somebody not supporting you. People who don't support you and they shut the hell up. People who don't support you, but they have something to say about you, are trying to tear you down and destroy your sense of self. When a person's sense of self is destroyed, their positive outlook on life is destroyed. Their positive self-image is destroyed. That's a lot different than somebody not supporting you. It's a lot different than that. It's a lot different than somebody not supporting you. People do not have to support you. That's common sense. We all know that. But for somebody to diminish your character and diminish how you feel about yourself, they're trying to keep you held back in life. It's like they're putting a spell on you or a curse on you to where you're mentally stuck because you don't feel or think that you can go out and do something. It's a lot different than that. There are people who, well, I don't support him, but I still wish him the best. These people don't even wish you the best because they don't have your self-interest. They don't have your best interest at heart. They actually want you to fail because it's a competition about life. They want to have the better life than you. This person is probably always telling you about themselves and don't want to hear shit about you. Don't give a fuck about you. They may act like they do. They may put on a front like they do. But the minute you go to try to talk about anything that you can do, anything you're positive about, they'll change the subject and act like you never even said that. Or as soon as they'll hear you out. As soon as you say it, they'll talk about something else. That's how you know somebody's being controlled by the devil. They don't care about your growth. They don't care about what their actions towards you and how it makes you feel. They just want you to keep being around them and keep taking it and keep taking these death blows. Keep taking these blunt forces to the head with what they said. All right. And for them to keep doing that, for them to not care about what that does to you, then that person is just operating on a demonic frequency, and you have to save yourself. All right, you cannot feel guilty about people like this. You can't go feel bad about people like this. You have to worry about yourself when you have people like this in your circle. You cannot go caring about people like this. These are the types of people that you don't have to honor. All right, the Bible will tell you to honor folks, but when folks act like this, you don't have to honor them. There's no honoring in people who act like this. How you supposed to act like it's like somebody it's like a dog biting you, and you just let that dog bite you every day. You just gonna let that dog keep biting you, or eventually are you gonna fight back or just go somewhere else? Eventually you're gonna fight back. But they make you they fill you with so much rage and anger because they're dealing with a lot of self-hatred. They're dealing with a lot of things that they will never come to terms with and never fix about themselves because they internally just don't care. And they want to put you in such a low state to where you don't even care about yourself because they don't care about themselves. That's why you feel like you don't care. That's why you feel like you can't do anything. That's why you don't feel like you're enough. That's why you feel inadequate. They wanted you to feel that way. You never started out feeling that way. You started out feeling good, positive, light, happy, all those things, but they had to destroy that because that person would have became too successful too fast, and it would have destroyed how they felt about you, which would have destroyed how they felt about themselves. They need to keep an image of their mind of you that makes them feel better about themselves. We're in competition in life with these people. They are in competition with your life. They want to have a better life than you. They're supposed to be making sure that you have the best life that you could possibly have, but no, not them. They want to have a better life than you. And they'll do anything that they possibly can to make sure that you have a lesser quality of life than they do. They don't want you to do better than them in their mind. They don't want to see it because it's going to destroy their sense of self. It's going to destroy their idea about themselves. That's why they had to destroy your sense of self. So that way you wouldn't have felt positively enough to go out and start wrecking shop on life, but you still are, and you still can, because it's time for you to save yourself. No matter what they tried to do, they're not going to be able to stop you or hold you back. You just have to be aware of what is happening and what's going on, and you got to put an end to it. You have to put an end to it. All right. There's nothing that they can do. All right. We have to get these things off our chest. We got to get these things out of our system because we done been through some stuff. We done went through some stuff. All right. So You got to get these things off your chest, and you got to get this type of stuff out of your system, because if other people are corrupt and they hate themselves and they've been projecting onto you and you feel that type of way, that's some energy and some negativity that you have pent up inside, and it's not serving you and it's not doing you any good to hold on to it. Whether so you may have to start hitting the gym, you may have to start working out, you may have to start going for runs, you may have to start doing things that are going to release this negative toxic energy, so that way you can feel better about yourself. You may have to get you a notebook and write you some affirmations down. You have to save yourself as a result of being around people like this, because they didn't care. They didn't care how you felt. They didn't care what you went through. They didn't care what they put you through. So as a result of that, you have to heal. You got to heal yourself. And you got to make sure that you feel the best that you could possibly feel, regardless of them. And don't you feel guilty because you want to get away from this type of toxic lifestyle. This is a very toxic lifestyle for anybody to be a part of, and you shouldn't have to be a part of this. All right, you deserve better in life and you deserve the best in life. So you have to start working towards that now. You're worthy of greatness. You're worthy of the things you want. You're worthy of feeling good about yourself. All right, you have to remember back to the time, remember the time when you felt good about yourself, when you felt positive about yourself, because that's what they had to destroy. That's what they had to kill. They literally had to kill that version of you. They had meetings about it. They had talks about it. They had to set up strategies. They had to come up with plans and plots and schemes to try to kill you and stop you from going after your fucking dreams. They did not want you to feel good about yourself. It killed them inside anytime that you had a sense of pride. They want to bring you to a point so low just so they could feel good about themselves. That is somebody that is controlled by the fucking devil. That person is evil. Evil. That person is evil, and they know it, and they take pride in it. They know that they're an evil motherfucker, and they take pride in it. They know that they're a piece of crap, and they take pride in it. They laugh at you about it and joke about you about it, and then want to come up to you and smile in your face, and then want to act like everything is all right. Oh, what's the problem? You try to call them out on things. What's the problem? You try to get things resolved. I don't see what you're talking about. They gaslight the shit out of you because they really don't care. They're in competition with you, and they want to have a better life than you. And that's all they're concerned about. They may do a little bit here for you, a little bit there for you, but they're going to make sure they have a better life than you. And that's their only concern. They're going to try to act like that's not what they're doing. They're going to try to act like that's not it, but that is what it is, because you know that's what it is deep down inside, because you can feel that. And you know, you can sense that. Your higher self is telling you that. The God in you is telling you that. You know what they're doing is not right and is wrong. All types of negative anxiety when you get around them. And then when you get away from them, you feel 20 times better about yourself. They do things and they say things on purpose to lower your self-esteem. They don't want you to have high self-esteem. You have high self-esteem, you're going to feel good about yourself, and you're going to recognize that it's something wrong with them, and you're going to want to get away from them. And it's you're going through a phase. It's something happening to your mind. It's something happening to your brain. You need to speak to somebody. No, the only person that needs to speak to somebody is y'all. Y'all are the ones who need to speak to somebody, because I'm healing myself. We're healing ourselves. They're not healing a damn thing. Only thing they'd ever heal is a cut that they got and put a bandage on it. That's about the only type of healing that they'll ever do in their whole life. Because they're so evil and so toxic, and they just do not care how that affects you. They don't care. But you have to care, and you have to heal yourself. And you can't count on other people to heal themselves and to fix themselves and to become a better person. You can't focus on that. You can't worry about that. They have to do that on their own time. They'll probably never do it. They may never do it. But you have to focus on yourself. You have to put yourself first and not feel guilty about it and not even care about it, not give two thoughts about it, because you didn't deserve that type of treatment. You did not deserve that type of treatment. As they say, stop hopping back in the frying pan, or whatever the hell they say. But all I know is when you get out the lion's den, don't keep going back. Don't keep going back to the lion's den. All right, God doesn't want to keep having to save you from that. All right, once you get out of that for good, stay away for good, because there's nothing that's going to come from it. It's nothing positive that's going to come from that. It's nothing positive that's going to come from people that don't want to change. It's nothing positive that's going to come from people that keep trying to cause damage for you, keep trying to continue to make you feel bad about yourself, continue to lower your self-esteem. When your self-esteem, like you probably have even noticed that they only feel good around you when they only feel good around you when they're able to make you feel bad about who you are. That's why they have to keep coming at you like that. They attack your happiness on the daily. They attack how you feel about yourself on the daily. You got to stay low key how you feel around certain people, because they feel it's war just because you got a positive outlook on life and a positive view about yourself. They hate themselves that much that they have to attack you constantly. That is somebody that hates themselves. That is somebody that is controlled by the devil. They don't have no God in them and no good in them whatsoever. And that's not your fault. You have nothing to do with that, but you do have to separate yourself from that. And you got to stay away from that, because it's not doing you any good to keep going around people that feel negatively about you and that are harboring secret hatred towards you. They're harboring secret hatred towards you. They're cursing you in their presence. Why do you think they're always silent and y'all ain't talking? They get around other people. They can have a conversation as long as the day is. They could talk about this and talk about that, and they could talk about everything. But you're too real. You're too real. They can't have no conversation with you. They can't. They cannot bring themselves to talk to you. Whenever they do, it's always a fake conversation. You never had a real conversation with them a day in your life. It's always been fake. They cannot come to terms with how they treat you because it would make them feel guilty. And that's why they have to project that guilt and that self-hatred onto you. They need you to be the one that feels like that, because they need to feel that they're the ones that are doing something right and you're the one that's doing something wrong. They'll call you selfish. They'll call you all the names in the book. They'll say it's something wrong with you just to make themselves feel better about who they are. They have to. This is how they do not feel bad about themselves. They make you feel bad about yourself, using you as a punching bag, taking all their stress out on you so they don't have a crappy day. They need you to have a crappy ass day. And I'm telling you, they joke about it. They make fun of you about it when you're not around. When your back is turned, they put knives in it. These aren't the type of people that you want to be associated with. These aren't the type of people that you want to continue to associate yourself with. You don't need these people in your life. These people are controlled by the devil, and they don't care about God. They don't care about doing good. They don't care about being a good person to the next person. As long as it's you, they'll be nice to everybody else, and you have noticed that. You have seen that firsthand. They'll be nice to everybody else. They'll treat everybody else better than you. Don't even know them from a hole in the wall. Putting on this good front in front of everybody, so when you go to explain to people that this is how you're being treated, they're going to look at you like you're crazy. And they're going to say things about you like you're crazy to make you doubt yourself. People who gaslight people, it's a tactic. They have to gaslight you because they're trying to make you doubt what you know to be true. You know to be true how they're treating you, and you know it's corrupt. You know it's foul. You know it's not right. They have to gaslight you and manipulate you and continue to play with your mind to make you doubt yourself about what you know to be true about what you're experiencing, just so they can keep you around and keep using you. They know what they're doing is wrong. They just don't care. And they refuse to see it that way. And they'll do anything that they can to not look at it that way. But they wouldn't let anybody treat them like that. But they'll go ahead and treat you like that. And then act like there's no problem. There's no issue. I see nothing. I know nothing. I know nothing. They act like they don't see anything. They act like they don't know anything. Having whole meetings about you. Having whole going out to dinner and eating and talking about you. How are we going to do them this year? How are we going to get her this year? How are we going to stop her from going after this? How are we going to stop her from going after that? They know the type of person they are inside. They just don't want you to know it. and they got to make you doubt yourself about what you know to be true about them. So take what you know it's true, and you got to go from there. You cannot doubt yourself. Do not gaslight yourself. You seen what they did. You know what they did. You know that happened. Of course, they're going to lie and tell you that it didn't. You have to trust yourself. They made you doubt yourself, and they programmed you to doubt yourself so you would not trust yourself about what you experienced with them. It's a sick, twisted game, but you will win and you will rise above it. You are going to rise above all the fakeness, all the foulness, all the hatred. That self-hatred is not yours, it's theirs. That guilt is not yours, it's theirs. All that negative energy about you wanting to harm yourself and feeling unworthy and undeserving, like you shouldn't be here and like you shouldn't exist and like you're not good enough and that you're inadequate, all that belongs to them. You need to return to sender. All that negative foul shit belongs to them. That's theirs. That stuff doesn't belong to you. That's how they feel about who they are. And they saw you didn't feel that way. They had to attack you since day one. They had to attack you. They had to bring you down. These are things that they have to do. It's a part of their playbook. It's a part of the rules of who they are as a person. That narcissistic demon controlled by the devil. And they don't care about anything godly or anything good, because if they did, they would be acting like that. And they got the nerve to try to talk about you and say it's something wrong with you. And all they want to do is make you feel bad about yourself. All they want to make you do is look down on yourself because they look down on themselves. And they constantly have to do that. It's something that they have to do, because if not, you would be too powerful. And that the power that you would have would be too great. So you still have that power, and you still have the power to be great. You just have to go be powerful and go be great on your own. You have to take that power and take that greatness and do something with it without them being in your life. All right, without them being a part of anything that you got going on. You can't include them within anything that you're doing. You can't, because it'll crumble and fall to pieces. You cannot have them be a part of you and think you're going to continue to win, move forward, and be successful in life. It's not going to happen. They got to be out the picture. Only person that you need in the picture is people who are not like that. It does not matter who they are to you. They got to go, and you got to go, because it's not going to benefit you. It's not going to serve you in any kind of way. Like, even if they're doing things for you, they know what they're not doing for you. They know how they're being, if they're being positive to you in your life in one little small aspect, they know that they're being negative and jacked up in all the other aspects of life. Talking about the aspects of life that somebody needs to be able to get somewhere, to be able to believe in themselves, to be able to feel positively about themselves, to be able to have a positive outlook on life, to be able to be a productive person in society. But people want to say that you're making excuses, and people want to say that, oh, you're just doing this, or you're not doing enough, or this, whatever. Who cares what people have to say? You know what's true about the situation. People do want to have their opinion on it, but that's just their opinion, because most people who don't understand this type of dynamic, they're not going through it. Not everybody has people in their life like this, so you can't expect everybody to understand. People are just going to open their mouth and say whatever they have to say with a little bit of understanding that they have on what they think you're going through. And that's all they do. So you can't pay them no mind either. When you are dealing with things like this, it's going to be a lot of people and a lot of things you have to ignore and not pay attention to, so that way you can spread your wings and soar and keep moving forward in life. Because it's a lot of assholes out there. Some close to you, some just out in the world. And you have to ignore them all and not pay attention to none of them. Because if none of them have anything to do with where you're going or what you're doing, block them out and act like they're not even there. What they're doing is not even important. It can't make you, it can't break you. All right, now that you're aware and now that you know what's been going on and what you've been going through, now you need to start to make some changes, and you can make some positive changes, because you don't feel like that. That's them. That's how they feel. They feel like their life sucks. They gave up on life. They hate themselves. They're miserable. They're the ones dealing with all those issues. You don't feel that way about yourself. You have to fight off those feelings because they're not yours. That's why you've been feeling like that every time you go around them. Feeling like you're not worth it. Feeling like you're not good enough. Feeling like you've just been destroyed. for the whole time you was in their presence. And they know what they're doing to you. They know that they're killing you and they don't care. They know that they're destroying you and they don't care. You have to care. And now today is the day that you start caring, all right? Start caring about yourself, start treating yourself right, start doing yourself right. All right. So and yo, you be the one to treat yourself better than anybody else ever could. I'd like to thank you for watching this video. Smash that like button, smash that share button, and don't forget to subscribe. I'll see you in the next video. Peace, love, and light. We out.